Good evening, everybody. It's Friday night. I think it's the 11th, June 11th, 21. Friday night burn. Got a lot of leftovers, a lot of residual scrap. Well, you know the drill. So, let's take a walk around. Got to get a weed whacker to clean this area up before the guy comes next week to drop off a load of crush and run. And then it's going to be the wheelbarrow and me again. Move that scaffolding over there, and it just works out fine. And I'm going to go ahead and extend a little section of roof out about 4 feet. And so I have a walkway to get to my LP gas. I got these two guys today because somebody ordered them and didn't pick them up. And they said, "You want them?" I said, "Yeah." So I wound up with those two guys. And that worked out great. So let's take a walk around. You know, we knew this was going to be on hold because I was really adamant today. I know, I can't wait, right? It's coming together. I was, you know, so worried about the rain, and I had to work through the rain. It rained several times, but the main objective was to get this framed in. And you can see I got all the rafters up, and of course I got to trim that one, but you know, I'm going to put the roof on before I trim it. And this is it. And I'm coming in, I'm going to have to do some creative framing around that window. This here area, right here, I'm going to have a stackable washer dryer right in this little corner. And it's not going to affect my water because I've got a stack system that I'm going to create. So it gives me 30 inches by 30 inches. And I already, you know, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for that. And got the configuration all done, as you can see. So I was gonna keep going. I got so sunburned today. I was like, man, it's 6 o'clock. I think I'm gonna stop. And I immediately went and put aloe on my arms. So I feel better now. But I've already marked out all where the rafters are, and I'm going to come in 1.5 inches and put these blocks on here. So when I fly this first piece, these will be already screwed in. So when I put it up there, and I've got a 2x4 laying across, I think you could see it. I got a 2x4 laying across at about 3.5 feet. Right there. And that'll keep it from sliding down. So when I get on the ladder, I can go ahead without worrying about getting the first course of screws. And then I'll just screw these blocks inside to the header that's holding the rafters. And it'll just make life so much easier. And then I'll mark 3 inches up from here. 3 inches is the overhang and 7 inches on that side. And that's why I left that one piece long, because every little bit, see how long that is? See how long it is? Every little bit that I can have overhang protects this. And you can see that I'm going to have to put framing above, but here I'm going to have to do a whole new configuration with the aluminum that I have and make sure that exhaust gets out. So it's, you know, it's a work in progress, you know. And of course I've got the big long double 2x4 that's going to go 209 inches up here And then the next thing I got to do after that is, because it rains and everything, I'm going to fly that thing and get ready to do some siding up top, because when it rains real hard, it blows all over the place. I mean, I could protect the generator, but right up here, you know, I'm going to put all those 4x4s in like they want me to. And then I'm going to come down 4 feet and frame it all. And it's not that expensive. Of course, wood prices have gone up. A 10-foot or an 8-foot 2x4 is $10. Unbelievable. So let's get you in the cradle, and we'll go from there. I'm feeling good. Working hard. Oh. Drinking my water. And every day is a new day. You know, we're in the rainy season. It's summertime. And you just got to pick your battles, like we've said. Funny thing, I woke up yesterday morning, actually Thursday morning, and I went and got materials, and I came back and I parked my truck on an incline. Well, the ignition and the steering wheel locked up. I couldn't move it. So me being me, I went on YouTube, and everybody gave me a lot of ideas, and there was one guy that said, you know what, you got an old key, which I did, stick that in there and hit it with a hammer. And I did, and it worked. So I immediately, he says, but you're going to have to get a new ignition cylinder and switch. I said, that's fine. I went online, I ordered it on Thursday. It showed up this morning from Advanced Auto. They said 2 to 3 days, and it was here this morning. So the first thing in the morning, I'm going to replace my ignition switch. And it's a no-brainer. It's pretty simple. I don't have to be a locksmith in order to do it. And I used my existing key because I use the Gorman company. And they're just light years ahead of everybody. You can sit there with the tumblers and try to figure it out and have the springs fly at you. Or you can use his system. You turn it one time around. I'm going to put it on a video. A second time around the opposite way. You put it in the housing, you put it in your truck, and it works. That's what I ordered. And I got a 20% discount and got it here in 24 hours. So I'm pretty impressed with that outfit. Advanced Auto has always been good to me. They don't give me any money or anything, but that's my one-stop shop. They've always been good to me. 8 weeks, no unemployment. So I think the writing is in the sand. But that's okay, because my little business is starting to take off. I know I got cut off on Wednesday, and I was going to do a part 2, and I said, you know what? I get these random phone calls. I delete and block. I think I've got over 500 phone calls I blocked on my phone, because no one should call me until I call them. Unless it's my sister, my cousins, personal family, and friends. When I start getting phone calls from New Mexico and California and Vermont, and I block them all. Enough of that nonsense. So that's that. And it's just a nice, peaceful night. The sky's not quite cleared up yet, but it's getting better. I don't know what tomorrow's going to be, but I got to fly that roof, do the framing for the 209-inch top plate, and I'm going to use up everything I have before I move any further. Because I keep getting these ideas, and I draw the plans, and one thing at a time now. Because once I get all this stuff, and once that's dried in, I'm going to need a little siding. I'm going to have to, make sure it's sealed. I do have some screening that I can use. And the framing is wider than what I need for a window because I'm not sure what I'm going to use for the window. It can't be 4x8. It's just too big, too expensive. I'm going to go to Lowe's and find out what they got scratch and dent or broken. And then I can always replace the glass panes myself. And it's the frame that I need. If I can get it for $50, boom, home run. So we'll see what happens, you know. I always do that. Scratched, dent, broken, chipped, marked down. That's the way you got to do it. You don't need to buy Anderson windows for $500 a piece. You can get double insulated windows for $50 if you shop right. So that's that. I got a lot of windows to do. I got a lot of framing to do. Wood prices went through the roof. So obviously I'm going to have to switch gears and go back to digging the trenches. And that's fine. That's a good workout. Next week I'll get the crush and run. I'll have them dump it. I'll have all this stuff moved over there. And my main objective is to get things set up to where they're going to be for a long period of time. You know, as we've been under construction from the first day, none of us knew. I didn't know how things were going to lay out until you live here for a year. Now I'm starting to see the layout and where things should be. I need a weed whacker and a chainsaw. We know that. I need to clean this area up and use some landscape timbers to define the road. And that's going to tell me how this little sitting area is going to be. All this will be over there. And I've got enough crush and run right here to where I don't think I'm going to dump it here again because that would be silly. I'm going to have him do I'm probably going to have to order 2 loads. One for this circular driveway and then a pile over here to clean up all the mess around the whole perimeter and to go underneath this deck. So, but I'm feeling great. Diet's working like a champ. I'm actually saving money on food now because at first when I started, I was buying all kinds of wild stuff and I went overzealous and I didn't need it. I've got it all worked down now. It's just a system and it works. I'm feeling really good. I'm probably going to live a lot longer. I hope. And I talked to my cousin Bobby. I love this guy. He became a grandpa. So now he's Captain Dr. Pop Pop. He's so funny. And I really appreciate him calling me and talking to me all the time. And he's retired. And my little business is starting to take off. The more work I do, the better I keep my skills up. So when I have another phone call to build a chicken coop or outside shed or whatever, I'll be able to hit it hard and get it done. My knees are feeling better. I'm up and down that ladder without any problems. Life's getting better. I talked to my bank, got all the paperwork ready for that 3 acres. The permitting guy will be here on the 28th. He had a cancellation, so he's going to be here June 28th. He'll survey those 3 acres, and we should close within 2 to 3 weeks. And since that happened, the bank said, well, you know, we're going to drop your payment down to $200 a month. That saves me $382 a month. So now I'm down to $600 a month already. And once I get the property paid off, I can survive on $400 a month and then food and fuel. So retirement is no problem. I'd like to stretch it out as far as I can to get the most bang for my buck, but we'll see what happens. Everything is going just perfectly. And I hope everybody is happy and healthy and living great and feeling good. You know, if you don't feel good, do a little research, because everything you put in is what you feel like. If you're eating pizza, drinking beer, and smoking pot, you're going to feel like that. You're going to feel crappy. If you're eating healthy, raw vegetables and organic, and I'm not a vegan. I eat chicken, I eat tuna, but I'll tell you what, when you clean up everything, throw the dairy out the door, you feel so great all the time. It's amazing. It's amazing. I wish I learned this many years ago. But that's about all I have for today. The winds are picking up. They say it's going to rain in a couple hours, but it doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't rain in the morning, because I'm putting my roof on. All right, guys. I hope everybody is great, has a great Friday night, and I'll talk to you soon. Next week.